Is it right that we've got pre-registration available on the website already?
Correct.
Yeah, so pre-registration is already...
100 euros.
Okay, so that's really important. I know from our perspective at volleyball, it's always really tough because we're trying to get a whole team of people together. Some of the individual sports have got it really easy because you just say, yeah, I'll go, whatever, we'll work it out later. But when you've got a team and the hockey players with their 9s and 11s and their, some of the larger teams, that's really tough getting your teams organised that early. So the pre-registration thing's a really handy thing just to put your hand up and say, yep, we've got a team coming, we'll worry about the rest of it just a little bit further down the track. Just quickly, what is the role of a Gay Games ambassador? Gay Games ambassadors have been appointed, and they're a pretty illustrious sort of bunch, Sir Elton John's one of them. We've got, what's his name, Greg Louganis, there's a diver. You may have heard names thrown around like that once in a while. There's probably some names in there that you don't know though. Now I was just flicking through some of them before, and for the press who are here tonight, in the back of the press kit, in the long version of the press release, there's an extensive list of Gay Games ambassadors. Petra Rosner, Judith Ardit, Jai Wallace, of course, the silver medalist at the Sydney Games in 2000. There's Leanne Nadeau, the German beach volleyball player. There's Chris Morgan, who's a national powerlifter. And they're all out there. There's a few others listed in there as well. Some of them whose names may not be familiar to us. But a Gay Games ambassador is someone who has excelled in their field and is really well recognised. And in joining that mob, I couldn't think of anybody who's better qualified than Michelle. Certainly her CV, and I could take an hour or three and we could just run through it, but very simply, if you go back to 1993, and oh no, I won't go there. But look, over the last 10 years, Michelle has consistently represented, won, come second, and when you're up against the best in the world, that's a pretty good achievement anyway. Sydney, silver medalist, the one that I remember, and I was just speaking to Michelle before, her favourite of all was at the Atlanta Olympics. She just went along to learn what it's all about. Still holds the fastest time over that event and brought home a silver medal. And I tell you what, if one of us could just do that while we're going along for a bit of fun and see what it's all about, I think that's a pretty special thing to do. Of course, you can also say, well, yeah, that was a long time ago, that was 1996. Sydney silver medalist at the Olympics. Then you've got a list here as long as your arm for you to come and look at later. But I noticed Michelle's name pop up again just last year. Funny about that. Turn the pages, turn the pages, turn the pages. So she's not just old hat, she's old hat and she's getting better. It's really scary. In Australia, in the World Masters Track Championships, first women's sprint, first women's 500 metre time trial, and first point scores. And this woman is not just a has-been. She's not just somebody who's got a few medals around her neck. She's out there and she's still racing, she's still competing, and that's the sort of person we want as a role model in the gay community, saying sport is a good thing to do. And I know Team Sydney and myself as a regular columnist with SSO, and the amount of work that Scott and the team down there have done for us in promoting a different lifestyle, in promoting a whole different side of being gay that's outside the glitz, the glamour and the disco and the dance party scene that's for so long been associated with everything that is there about being gay. Now we've got a group of people who are coming up and saying, listen, I'm a sports person too. I'm active. I'm fit. I'm a participant. I'm a competitor. And in her case, I'm a winner. And that's the role model that we're sending out into the community as a Gay Games ambassador. I'd like to just quickly hand over to Michelle, who's not very comfortable without lots of medals around her neck, and so if she's sort of fumbling and stumbling through her words, give her a bit of a break. So, Michelle Ferris, everybody.